So I think I'm going to go with warrior tonight, and I'm kind of feeling like a warrior knight anyways, so let's have some weapons fun. Both of them is Sludge Belcher, so we're going to go with that. Knives, both of which are just a teeny bit understated, so we got to keep that in mind, even though we already have a 4-drop. He doesn't really justify the 1 casting cost. I really hope that's the last one we're offered, but you can kind of play around it. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Ancient Brewmaster, just kind of. So I'm going to go with that for all those reasons, something to keep in mind. So I think I will go with the Pirate this time. Right here, and given our prevalence of 4-drops, I would say it's definitely the best Armorsmith. I think that's fair. Either way, I think I'm going to go with the Cleave just because of the support and swing. Yeah, I want to go with the bigger one just because it's bigger. That we have those cards also definitely makes it even. I'm going to take the safe, what I view to be the safe bet here, and I couldn't find it at first. So yeah, I'll be going with Yeti this time. I'd rather only have the one, but yeah, it's the best body, so I'm definitely going to take the Siege Engine here. We might hold off, it all depends. It'll be situation on the first Corcoran Elite, so I'll go ahead and grab this one. Although sometimes you do, like the Taunt Totem, for example. Plus it's just a big weapon, which is I really like Rampage. I was thinking it was last year's Ship's Cannon. Yeah, we're light on the 2-drops, so, but Spider Tank's got the bigger, so I like Slam a lot. 3 cards, and the other night we had to use another big body, and this is a good one. Okay. We'll go with the 2-drop for Grizzly, but this is okay too. Alright. So I'm gonna go with Deathwing. Let's YOLO, as it were. Okay. The bat, we don't have the coin, so all we have is 4-drops or more. We throw them all back, trying to get something better. 2 2s and a 3. I like that. I like that. That will work. That will work. And a 4. Very good. Very nice. Hope. Okay, he coined that out, which means he probably has another 2-drop, which is fine because our Spider Tank will step on it and continue to enjoy the game.
Job's done.
Why would he coin out an egg in order? Since I am playing a Spider Tank and the Spider Tank can kill the Bloodfen Raptor 1 for 1, I'm going to go for face also. Warlocks need their health, 3 health. We'll win in the end. Now he has to trade, and he didn't recognize that, so he's giving us 1 card advantage right off the top by doing this play. He can't control what he hits, and we can take his life away, which means we can take his card advantage away. He made the mistake, we could potentially punish him for it. Oh, I thought he aimed for that one. No matter. So since we are putting forth such a steady force, I think I'm going to go ahead and go for face here. And this is really going to lose. And since the opponent was nice enough to make a couple bad plays early on, yeah, okay, that was a good play. So, oh, okay. Well, we took a risk, and he's punishing us for us. Good for him. 2 in our 4. This gives us 2 bodies that can kill the ogre, and makes full use of minions, unless he needs the spell damage. Okay, we do have 1 silence. That's good. And we just found our Deathwing. That's really good. Hit 3 to the face, put out our taunt, because we do have our healing minion that can come out next turn after the taunter takes some damage.
It's clobbering time.
The one night we don't have a mind control tech. For shame. But it is the biggest use of our mana, so we'll just go for it. Wow. Is he ever Deathwing resistant or what? He went for face with which was doing another. Okay, he's got his own Deathwing. Well, good for him. It's too bad he'll be able to kill off all of our, well, yeah, all of our minions, because Commanding Shout would be nice, but Twisting Nether. It's funny too, because I had just been observing how he had all his minions with death rattles. Holy smokes, is he coming back? We can't let him do that, can we? Takes all of our minions. It's nice that... Oh, maybe not. Uh-oh. He's getting dangerous. That ghoul's getting out of control. Shit comes next, so... Okay, well... Oh, please don't have like a siphon soul or anything.
We must cleanse the sunlight.
Okay, good. The suspense is killing me. Like, I chose this card over Kel'Thuzad. I need to know that it's useful. Oh, whew. Deathwing for the win. Alright. Good deal. Good deal. And that's exactly why I picked him, because I knew this deck would play like...
I must protect the wild. Victory or death!
I would be tempted to take the Death Bite, but no coin. I think we gotta throw it all back. Cool Taskmaster Owl, Micro Machine. Okay, we got our selection of 2 drops, our choice. And Cleave. Alright. Alright, this is a good start.
Wanna blow something up?
It's because his hero power does 1 damage, so as much as I don't want to give this away like this, don't have much choice.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay, that helps us bring our Cruel Taskmaster into play. We don't even have to Cruel Taskmaster, we can just Cleave. The reason I did it that way is Cleave is so situational that Loot Hoarder, and then save the Cleave for perhaps what would have been his next 2 health minion. It was a gamble either way, so I just took a chance. Like right now, just play it to play something. Gotta get a body on the board. We have our kill our Sludge Belcher, so this way we play a body, take away a body. It's a slow but steady.
You call that?
And he did have the Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay. For the moment, is probably the better play. Oh, he doesn't let us keep a damaged minion. I like seeing Crush's casting cost go down. Why did it go down to 3 though? Oh, costs 4 less. I thought it was cost 4 like we did last turn. We gotta use that for that, just so the Yeti doesn't stomp it out. And then we can play both Fel Reaver. Well, we can't play both Fel Reaver and Swamp Ooze just because Mind Control Tech, you'd hate to the rest of our damage. Okay. Oh, we've got the Owl. You know what? If I had realized that, I would have played it last turn, but in a way I guess... Well, we definitely want to do this. Guess we'll do that. And... yeah. I hate using it now, like it would be... Oh. Wrong. Oh! Oh! If I had executed... As a rule, I always play it. If you're gonna draw on a turn... draw first. That way you know what your options are. And I made that mistake that turn. If I had thought it through a little better. We got lucky that it doesn't matter here, but I love the crush animation. It is so cool. Alright.
You asked for it.
Victory or
All high casting cost cards. We do have the coins, maybe, but sale. But we'll see what happens. 2, 3, and a 4, and a 5. Okay, this is better. This is better. And they're quite quality 2 and 3 drops. And we got a 4 as a Dark Iron if we so need. That's excellent. Curving well. Turn 2 pass from the mage. Ooh-wee, this is getting off to a very good start. Turn 2 and 3 pass. Very good start. Mana next turn to killing this off. And that would be a bad 4 play. So he fireball. And use 1 mana on the ooze. He's kind of committing to being able to use 2 mana on the next turn, so his mana to use on things other than his hero power, but still that that base.
Do you like to play with fire?
Crossbow, deal 1. Including to himself, so we could bring out the Cruel Tasker. So even though this is kind of waste of his battle cry, I'm going to play the bomb logic. Not happy about it though. It's like we're playing a freeze mage or something. Fine. Tired of waiting. Play our big guy. That's his 4th Frostbolt. Third Frostbolt. So all he's played is 3 Frostbolts, Cone of Cold, Wild Pyromancer, and his hero power. Alrighty. Try this on for size. I don't have the ability or a use for my Cruel Taskmasters yet. Plus having both of them. Let's see if that Trog shakes him up at all. Okay. Well, we have options. I think not, so let's go ahead and do this.
Wonder.
Mana to be able to boost its power. Not terribly important, I don't think. At least now, we're threatening lethal now, so... It's not enough. Okay, in the past, let's go ahead and save our siege engine. And now we do have one.
Bring out your dead.
Oh, you know what? We are threatening lethal. I forgot I can will the siege engine's power up. Right? Alright. Cool. 3-0. Not bad for a deck this bad.
Watch your back.
Victory or death!
Oh, we get the coin. Well, let's try it out. No? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a coin for flexibility. It's not the worst of times. Ah! Worst case scenario, he becomes a 4-2 next turn. We already got a 3-4 and a 5. Oh, okay. And he goes for face. Alrighty. Slam. That'll offer the opportunity for my Cruel Taskmaster to trade up. Happy. Or my Spider Tank even. Yeah, next turn I'll draft, but having 2 3s is actually not so bad when you've got multiple Taskmasters. Because his dagger can't kill that. And he puts the other one to our face. Isn't that weird? Okay, he gets its condition was satisfied. That's pretty mega. Okay. I'm sorry, I hate to laugh, but because I used to be that way too. Excuse me. Specifically, I used to, if I had a weapon with all of its charges, I would go ahead and, pop one to the face just in case they had like a swamp. Ridiculous with the rogue's weapon because it can always come back, even if it does get munched, and it only does 1 damage, so.
Yeah, beat it.
That was a pretty unwise play on the turn that I get to use up the death rattle on my weapon. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first, because that's for sure. That puts our minions at 1 health, which is unfortunate, especially against a rogue. I could bomb just because he's at 8 health, so this backstab kidnapper even, I don't know. That's good. Takes up all his mana, which is nice, because he's going to kill one of those, and the bomb lobber combined with our taskmaster will be able to kill it. Yes. Just in case he had like a cold blood or something like that. I mean, this is earlier in the draft we recognized that the deck was a little on the crappy side and that we would have to play it a little more forward, and there's already been a couple games so far where just success. So as much as I like for example, he saw that he had to play that with, so we'll do that because that sets him up for lethal even if he can kill our siege engine. Siege engine over salty dog just because.
Like I told her, calm down.
Oh, he conceded? Sweet. 4-0. Johnny.
For it.
Victory or
Okay, good 2-drop. Damn. Should have kept the brewmaster. Should have kept the brewmaster. That's okay, we got a couple draws. Coin. Card he kept. Dancing swords. I'll take a chance. Feeling pretty good about the way the deck's rolling. By means other than the dancing swords, I'll have not felt that that decision was in vain. Okay. So I think I will crush it. Mostly because we've got the execute in reserve. The only reason to do the execute instead of the crush that turn. But now we're approaching our turn 5, so we'll have stuff to do each turn. Which Bay Bodyguard, just because it's got the highest attack power.
Get behind me.
Based off, that just hasn't done much of anything.
Ready, sir.
Okie dokie. Let's YOLO it. We'll set cleave to kill the one, execute to kill the other, use the rest of our mana to buff this guy and send them in. And by being this forward and reducing his damage up my bodyguard, not that it will amount to much, I don't think. Because I don't want that guy running away, and at the very least he's strong enough to take out our bodyguard right now. Which he might be. He might have Frost Nova that turn just to set it or the Fell Reaver, whichever came last, that they would synergize to a lesser extent. Way to test for
no problem.
secrets is to do that first. Ice barrier. Okay. Okay. Well, we can't say for sure he didn't have Flame Strike, but we'll just do Fell Reaver and armor up. This way we play around Flame Strike with spells and win. Okay. Good time to draw that. First of all, we draw a card, make our minions immune. Then we attack this, which is going to significantly reduce his health. Our weapon finishes this off. The Reaper gets through. Our minions are damaged, but fear not, for we have the mana to cast a Darkscale Healer. Where did our salty dog go? I thought we had it in hand. Our cannon. Alright. commanding shout for the win. That's
Let the hunt begin. Victory or death!
okay. So I'm real, but this is a hunter, so we do have to be forward in our play. That's not good enough. Try a web spinner or something. Sweet! Give us a reason to bring out our 2-drop. Thank you. And with the Brewmaster, we might be able to bring him back.
Back to work! Death does not scare me!
Card, anyway. Maybe we'll get lucky and draw an execute. Draw a card. So the fact that we're throwing a second card at this really doesn't count because the slam refueled itself, and that's actually giving us a moon.
No problem.
So he just lost himself the game by drafting his pivotal. And I can use the Brewmaster to bounce it back if I really wanted to. That's nuts.
No
But I don't
problem.
want to. However, I would like to bring my this guy back. I was so excited about getting the Dark Scaler for free, I wasn't thinking anymore. Okay. So he's recovered. That's unfortunate. But now it's our 5-drop, so we can get real.
Get back, you scabby dude.
Play the bigger threat. Siege
I'll
engine.
show them. I'll show
I don't know.
them all.
Aww. Play into 4 minions, but this is kind of fun. I feel like I'm playing with like little toys. It's been a fun run. I can't believe a bad deck's doing this well.
Ready, sir.
What have we got in play? 2, 4, 6, 13. This alone would have been enough, but wait, there's more. We just hit 6 and 0. What is? I still should have like probably held off on the
Victory
Brewmaster
or
though.
death.
The execute helped last time, but no. So let's keep the Chilling Yeti we can count on. Okay, ship's cannon plus slam. I can take out stuff. Okay. Okay. So I'm thinking maybe it would be slam in combination with the death bite. He does. I could
Greetings.
armor up. Yeah, you said that already. I'm not going to put up with emote spam. Sorry.
It's clobbering time.
I could actually make use of the Death Bite Death's Rattle. Play a minion, let it get hit to activate Crush. What it would have looked like. Now, do I waste? Do I not? It could be that what he played was slow that turn because I had a power. Thought Steal. Enjoy our deck's crappers. Siege Engine or Booty Bay Bodyguard. Haha, that's a funny joke. We don't need the taunt, so
Consider.
that's a little bizarre. Okay, you do have a shot. It's unfortunate, but oh well. Dark Iron Dwarf. Nice for you to join the party. I wasn't even thinking last turn about Booty Bay Bodyguard just to bait us or minions. We've got some utility in hand. We're doing alright. We're doing alright. Oh, I was just sitting here wondering, do I Dark Iron Dwarf or Slam to be able to kill that thing? Yeah, hero power up? Yeah, why not? At least Slam to draw the card. Right, okay. Execute. Play a 2-drop. Armor up. And now we've got a pirate to combo with our cannon, if need be. And we've got the Dark Iron Dwarf, so we've got one to see it, but
The dam
we could at
stand
least
ready.
deal with it.
Don't mess with Dushku.
Oh yeah? Darn. I really don't want to use our turn doing all kinds of board controls. Okay, I'll be killing the thingy with this so that I have a minion with 3 health. Ugh, I dislike that so much. I will go ahead and play the spider tank. I didn't want to go up to 4 minions, but to 1 minion.
Engaging TC
Ah!
mental dislocator.
And he has a Holy Nova.
Is someone injured?
Fantastic. Alrighty, well, go ahead and kill this. I want to leave him with his 3 health minions because then when I pull out the cannon combo, my Taskmaster will know where to aim. Good, I was hoping for that one.
Back to work.
Mind control tech. Yeah, that's got tech.
Behold the might of Stormwind.
Salty, salty am I. And I don't even have the mana to... Can't just let his minions keep stomping on mine and healing up, can we?
The damned stand ready.
You hear that kitty meowing outside?
You call that
He gets one too, of course. It's no longer damaged.
Let us see if this
What's the buff exactly?
done.
Well, it's not enough to get it out of range of the thingy, so maybe it would have been better to...
What's happening?
Come on, Deathwing. Where's my Deathwing? That might come in handy. Just not right now.
Silvermoon shall not fall.
Okay. It's actually starting to look like this could be turned around. Going through the motion when you're not isn't going to help anything. Oh, good. Your target. Get off, otherwise I'll kill off whichever 3-2 it doesn't get. Okay. Aw, we don't have the mana to cast it. Could have played the bodyguard ahead of the siege engine just to bait out Shadow Word Death, and I definitely could have avoided playing into my... It just sucks. It's one of those things that almost never comes up, but when it does... Oh, I am so... I was actually half tempted to take out the Azure Drake. Like in times like that where the minions are comparable, I always think to myself, which one would hurt more if it got... That's done. Ooh. He's out of cards. He's out of cards. If ever there was a time that Deathwing would be safe. More or less. But I think the smartest play is to break open his own Harvest Golem. Death Rattle on his Harvest Golem, my Deathwing's even stronger. Alright! It worked. Play your other card. Play your other card. Let me know it's not a Shadow Word Death or Ancient Possible. I'm going for it. And that's unfortunate, but ooh, the Iron Beak Owl. Or silence any taunt he puts in Deathwing's way. Okay. Too soon to call, but that is why I chose him over Kel'Thuzad. I'm gonna hold on to the owl though. We might actually need it as offense, but I don't think we need it as defense anymore. Let's say for being a crappy deck and making some pretty silly mistakes this turn, I'm having a good time. So I hope you are too. Deathwing, would you like the honors? Aw, that's not fun. Undefeated with a gun.
I will fight with honor.
Victory or
I'll definitely be holding on to Cleave against a paladin. I gotta throw back my 4. Playing to failure. I don't know. They could go either way against a paladin or a shaman. Ooh. Paid off. We get our choices of 2 drops. Normally I'd rather drop the ooze first, but paladins can have some pretty... This is the 2-1 that you cannot screw with. Hopefully he plays something with 1 health so I can bring in my Taskmaster and let it deal with the Noble Sacrifice rather than throwing in my Micro Machine at it.
back to work.
Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have hit end turn until... Consecration. Okay. That's funny. That's funny. That's the upside to Micro Machine, is he can get your opponent to make it's right to take that out. Alrighty! Swampu says yum yum yum. Yum yum yum. Yum yum. Unfortunately, this leaves us with a 2 health minion when we're probably facing Noble Sacrifice. Hammer of Wrath. That leads me to believe that it's not Noble Sacrifice, although it still could be. We're going to play the Frost Elemental just to stay on curve. Next turn we can armor up and play one of our 5s or one of our 2s.
Engaging TC-130 into dislocator.
Damage necessary to kill off the other one. So I'll Death Bite and attack the face. Okay, it was Noble Sacrifice. Okay. Excuse me. It didn't matter too much in way of my Frost Elemental because they're going to be 2 for 1 anyways. So.
Reporting for duty.
Well, at least my Death Rattle will nail that guy too. And right now we're getting a good demonstration into why 4 health minions are player's board, I guess. One nice thing about playing against a paladin is Cleave is almost never a dead card, although minions.
What's happening?
What's happening? Salty Dog having 4 health means the Iron Beak Owl. Okay, that's not very helpful right now, but Might be if we find our Fell Reaver. He's giving a blessing of wisdom for a single card.
Mind if I roll
Why would he do that? Why would he play something that dies to the death rattle?
Reporting for duty.
What a strange oh, ho, ho, ho. How many true silver champions did you get? Even though this gives him a card. And this gives him something to use his sword on. We're out of stuff to really able to do much to us. So I guess that's a little inspiring. Eek. That guy's big. Deathwings. Anything that's in our hand is going to get discarded when Deathwing comes out, so we can be a little wasteful with our tools. Not that I consider crushing them to be... If I didn't have Deathwing, I might be... Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay.
Reporting for duty.
I think he's telling us he wants to meet Deathwing. Oh yeah, we're down to 14 health. We don't have a choice. And we'll introduce your legendary to my legendary. Paladins don't have any hardwood, and in this case would be as good.
They'll never know what hit 'em.
Okay. He's telling us that you can't use Deathwing for board control. I mean, he's a Hail Mary. You have to use him for... So, okay. The rules is a garbage deck, so I'm like... It's hard to take this serious, and that's all the extra damage he needed to finish us off. Are you pretending to not see that, or just getting the XP? Shucks. It's too bad we didn't have a minion to soak up that Rag Blast, or else, although he did a good job.
You asked for it.
Micro Machine, do we get the coin? We do, so we can keep the Yeti as well. Would I keep the Cleave? If I didn't against a Paladin, I could hardly justify doing it here. Like I gotta look at that card more now that I realize its reduced cost is 3 now. Not going to coin out the Micro Machine. Can't. Well, Mage just takes 2 turns of hero power. I'm glad he skipped his hero power, or his turn for his hero power.
The light compels
Keep this alive indefinitely, but I don't think it's a bad play here. And that's another combo. I almost zotted our own guy. Whew. Sometimes I gotta pay more attention to what I'm doing than what I'm jabbering about. 1 health, and then you can dark scale healer to get him back up. Aww. That's not fun. A good play. I'll still give him my minions, but playing Yeti this turn is better. Especially since we have a siege engine.
For the Lich King!
Yes, this. I mean, if nothing else, if he doesn't. Let's see what's inside. A taunt? Alright. I was kind of giddy about the fact that the death rattle could mop this guy up, but I knew he would. Oh look, he's got another one. Isn't that cute? Put out a couple minions. Oh, is he gonna buff it somehow? Ah. Uh-huh. Cry. You're a little too giddy with the emotes. If it hits this thing, we'll probably finish it off. Alright. we could give this thing Dark Scale Healer next turn, perhaps. Yeah, why not? His Auto Barber, but he duplicated it. I don't know. The math gets complicated. Alrighty. Aw, he's gonna keep me frozen. Can't use my Death Bite. Ooh, this would be a good time for command. Well, no, we wouldn't want to take out the freezers. We want to take out things that would otherwise kill it. Blast the spider tank, although he doesn't have to this turn because it's frozen, so he could just use his fire blast on the Karkron. Yeah. And by doing that, he actually allows us to heal up the spider tank. That's pretty delicious. Oh, he's flooding the board. Okay, I'm actually happy to see the zombie chow, because we can heal up our spider tank and kill it right now, yeah? Oh, he's still... what? Yeah, I'm just setting up this guy, kind of... He's out of cards, which makes Fel Reaver that much more valuable. Since we don't have an owl. Wow! Oh, that is ridiculous! And he can freeze it. Now I hope I find my owl. Gives me the health. Finishes it off with... okay. Alright. I get it. I get it. Removable, but we still have a weapon, and this lets us get unfrozen. That's what you get for all your emotes spam. Yeah. It's a good one, just not good enough. Definitely attack him in the face with the weapon to trigger the death rattle. We have to take that bubble off. We don't want him to do it for free. Yeah. Deathwing, win number 2. So he's been cast 3 times. Free drink? Far out. I'll drink to that. Okay, I'll definitely throw those back, and I don't think Commanding Shout's any good in the opening hand. Not that she is, I'd rather she come after the Death Bite. But Dark Iron Dwarf, so our 2-3 could kill his 2-3. Got our charge, since you gotta kind of play forward against a hunter. Against a hunter? Yeah, why not? We got 7 wins, what the hell, right? I'll have to look back over it and see how the hell it's performing so well when it wasn't anticipated to. I mean, that's one of the things with just weapons, the ability to deal damage at will, etc. Since I don't have to kill my Bloodsail to do it, the execute trades 1 for 1. Yeah, why not? Armoring up turn 3. Okay. Against a...
For the king!
Ah, well, that works too. Roll 1. We'll save the Korkron Elite just because, or the Dark Iron Dwarf just because we can. Like if we didn't have any other 4-drop this turn, yeah, throwing it on that just... This actually would improve our board from last turn by giving our 4 power 1 more health and take 2 off his face. So it's progress if nothing else. And Dark Iron Dwarf. Okay. Ah. Okay. Yeah, that works. We'll be mana efficient. One of our many 2s, or hero power, whatever. Yeah, with that we wouldn't want to play Ship's Keep. Or Cleave. Hunter's Mark. Okay. That would be okay to let the Acolyte of Pain kill that, because at least then the Acolyte only draws him one card. Yeah, that's okay.
Truth is my shield.
Damn, those are some good cards too. Crush is gone. No! Go ahead and do this. Take the bubble off. Salty dog, right? I mean... Or alternatively, yeah, I'm gonna play the taunt just because we got the cannon in hand. Our last Cruel Taskmaster is the only way to be able to turn this into lethal. Oh, he got Deathwing! He got Deathwing! No, he got Deathwing. Explosive, no! Oh. I don't have the mana to Ship's Cannon and Salty Dog. Well, I can cleave and Bomb Lobber and wipe his board. There's that. Yeah. And we're left with 2 mana, so I'll go ahead and play the cannon. Maybe, like that actually matters. Aww! You didn't let us fire the cannon. Oh, dearie. Dearie me.
Bombs away!
I don't like the situation because... Well, no, I'm a warrior. I was gonna say his hero power puts us on.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
What does that accomplish? Bomb Lobber for free. His tiger could have killed the Salty Dog. I would have only been able to do 3 damage with the Spider Tank, which is Wolf could, written word, that kind of thing. You get better at that, but a little less good at spoken word. Late of a combo, I'm not gonna even... Yeah. Okay, good. I like this better. We got a 2-drop. We could coin into the Brewmaster if he,
Well played.
Oh, well, now the game thinks I'm trying to spam. I'm not a big fan of the emote system anyways. Okie dokie. Alright. That's unfortunate, because my Swamp Ooze is a much higher quality card than the Brewmaster can hit the board on an empty table, and that's perfectly fine with me. Until he played that. Okay, well, this little test for Counterspell. If we put this on the board, then at the very least, if it is Mirror Entity, we can chop down his... Is he can lay down and give her some love-ins? Is Booty Bait Bodyguard a pirate? I like the other one better. Okay, it was Mirror Entity. Well, it's a little unfortunate because he can kill mine with his hero power, but my Death Rattle will finish that off, so that's fine. That's not fun. Gotta waste 1 charge of the weapon. Or, you know, fortune cookie-ish, but,
I smell blood.
oh, and I don't have the mana to Brewmaster and cast the Bomb. That sucks. Brewmaster this thing back.
I'll put it on your tab.
Is this what you're looking for? You're looking for a way to get into water. I put the managed to hit it? Okay.
I am not a morning person.
Yep, okay. Good for him. Ah, he's confusing the Bomb Lobber. That's a good deal. It's real unfortunate. Okay. No guts, no glory. Alright! Look at that! I mean, I would have accepted. That's unfortunate. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I got Deathwing in hand. Okay. So all we need to do is stay alive, really. Okay. Wish my cat hadn't distracted me. You are being a distraction. Set it up here. Polymorph. Okay, one more round before Deathwing. So we have to just survive. 9 mana. The way to just survive is armoring up and setting some stuff into play. Cord peak. What's he just doing now? Okay, he just wants to be part of the show. Thinking. Boost that up. Burns my crush. That allows him to hero power and worm it down. Is that what his plan was? Alright, he played his last card. I mean, not good for this, but very good for Deathwing. Especially since he's 2 Deathwing swings away from death. Yeah, that's poetic. Rules, but...
Wanna blow something up?
Well, luckily for him, that doesn't actually accelerate his death any. Because Deathwing was 2 turns away.
You win.
3 games that Deathwing won. Wow, just going by the numbers alone, we're as likely to hit 12 wins as we are to lose out. That's nuts. Being my only 2-drop against a rogue, but what are you gonna do? We go first, and that just makes it worse, because then we'd be playing him before he even plays it out. That's unfortunate. Alright, better. I mean, we'd rather the Bloodsail Raider stick around for our weapon, but...
This is our time.
Nice.
Yeah, beat it.
Okay, that makes playing a 2-3 even that much better. Deathwing! Deathwing's here! Yay! Deathwing! Yeah, arm that weapon. Yeah, you arm that weapon. You're a dirty girl. Turn 3, we play the ooze. We got a 4 and a couple 5s. Alright. And our 5s are taunt. That puts Deathwing on deck that much more successfully. Now, granted, 1 mana of the hero power weapon's not anything special, but we get to make use of the battle cry. That's Trog. You can't cast spells unless it's the bubble. It doesn't hurt any.
You're dead. Ha, this guy's toast.
That too. That too. Okay. Sludge Belcher will get killed, but he'll take everything with him. Well, not everything, but everything important.
I hope you like my invention.
That's not a death rattle.
Hello.
That's not a death rattle. Like he looks like he drafted aggro-y, which is why I'm kind of like hoping on. You know, it kind of forces my hand, but he's got to figure out something to do with all his 1 health minions. Death Bites in the house. Recognize.
It's time for a little blood.
Aw, he kind of forced my hand as far as what to attack with the Death Bite. Huh? Oh wait, you know what? Now that I look at it, yeah, it probably would have been better to use the Worgen Infiltrator to take down this line. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that first, so my own minions don't get tagged. Even though this deck has ways of benefiting. This pushes back more.
Put it on your
Like, it's nice to entertain the thought that Brewmaster make it look like we're pushing back. Make him set out a few more cards to try to surmount this. Okay, he did find a death rattle. Good for him. Okay, this is free, and we can set out a 4 health taunt, which means his ambusher would have to suck up his own buffed dude. after we buffed it up. Boo-hoo. Ready to set out in the meantime. Most of our cards are small enough casting cost that we'll probably be able to cast whatever we draw in addition to it. And he did Ambusher, suck up his Undertaker. The only downside to that is Deathwing. Oh, okay.
Don't mess with
Alright, yeah, flood that board. Flood that board. Alright. Flood that board. Slam. No. So I'm gonna skip the slam and just same with the commanding shot, like I could just cast it to draw the card, but nope. Nope, nope, nope. Ooh. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like if I can find an execute or a crush, then I'll kill that before a Deathwing, I think. It don't matter if he's cloaked. Like the big thing is the Sludge Belcher will leave. That's the bargain. So maybe with any luck we'll draw. Uh-oh. He did have the assassinate, and it looks like by his hand arrangement he just drew it. Okay. Well, in a raw hero power war, we win. So, and drawing this up front, this puts us at the advantage. He's out of cards, so it's not over. What? I gotta be able to take out that. Yeah. Okay. This will do something. Like, I don't want to get too low on health because, like, I got a Fel Reaver in the deck, so it might come down to, hit this guy, hit this guy. No, you missed, you punk. You punk. Well, at least he probably shouldn't, but I don't know what card he just drew.
Drogzor. Drogzor.
What a waste of a crush. Well, we are officially at top dog status. He can do 1 damage a turn, I can fend off 2, so I still got some decent cards left too, so it's not over. It is not over. Death's Bite. We will definitely hold that. Thank goodness this game. Well, no, I already know for a fact that it probably won't, simply because the starting hands are 3 and 4, so discard would just be way too potent. You ready, ready? Well, we have to do this. Sucks we'll be able to get 4. It's the only way to deal with the health of 5 thing right now.
Don't mess with Dushku.
Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! This play's gonna be funny. Funny play. Funny play. Funny play. He just happens to have 2 health left. Shoot that mofo! Blam! What? I thought it was minions, no? That would have been like flawless, right? Alright, heal all you want. That's not gonna matter. I'm going for it. Worst case scenario, he plays for board control. He uses this to step on this for free. I can execute that, or I can always step on it with that. I can keep going at him for 2 each turn. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Best rate on that. You gonna come for my face? Please come for my face. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Just almost it. That does suck. Sure does. Gotta spend 2 for 1 just to stay in the game, but that's where we're at. Antique heal bot. Aha! Take this. I got my own heal bot. Mine's a bigger body. My heal bot steps on your heal bot.
I've got a huge car.
2, 4, 5. I had 8. Cold blood. That's it. All right. Now see, that's one of those losses that took forever, but was still fun. So. Okay, we need to be very forward. Hit it hard. Got a 2-drop and a 3-drop. Warlocks aren't very explosive, and when they are, it's, well, flame imp. Yeah, okay, well, we got 2 2-drops, so coin a 2, play a 2, play a 3. Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. Micro Machine will be power of 3 by the time it gets back to us, so this early in the game, this is no different from a 3-2. There's nothing he can get. Okay. Warlock, we got a hit face. Let him figure that out. We got a 3 and a 4. He does have a death coil. Good for him. Good for him. His spider's in play ahead of our death bite, which means our death bite would kill.
From the void I come.
I'm just gonna go face since it's a warlock. I'm running out of time.
You call that a win?
Be problematic, but won't know until I try, right? Watch. I can't call it. Silencing the void caller would have been in fair play. Execute and crush. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was meaning. Siege engine, yeah. Okay, that is quite useful. Quite useful. Let it never be said that the frost element...
Truth is my shield.
Or we could... Alright, let's see what we draw. Oh. I'm gonna fumble the cards.
Behold the might of Stormwind!
Ah. Never mind. Oh yeah, it breaks the spiders because of the Stormwind champion. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. Okay, well, let us be silly first.
I'll put it on your head.
I showed him.
Back to work.
Alright, enough clowning around. Yeah, you got me. You got me. What can I say? 10-3, like, who would have thought? Who would have thought? This deck was garbage, who would have thought? PvG pack, like it would be fitting if we got like a golden Deathwing. Maybe we'll get a golden Fell Reaper. Nah, okay, average. Alright. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I do